Hello, hello. Welcome once again to another edition of Quoth the Raven, Louis Bright-Raven. I'm your host, Louis Bright-Raven, 30-year veteran writer, illustrator, and publisher of comic science fiction, fantasy, horror, and role-playing games. It is Heavy Metal Monday, November 21st, 2022. We're going to do some comics reviews. Heavy Metal Magazine, of course, is why it's Heavy Metal Monday. And we'll also be talking about Compass Comics' giant-sized two-fisted manly tales from Graham Nolan and Friends. We're going to have some comic book unveilings from crowdfunding books, like some unboxings and stuff. Going to show some more original art that I got done that's going to be up for sale, and quite a bit of other stuff as well. So let's get to things real quick. Our sponsor today is Scratch and Spin Music, Comics, Games, and Movies, located on 12th Street in the Triangle City portion of West Columbia, South Carolina. And on November 26th from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., they're having a store-wide Small Business Saturday mega sale, 50% off everything in the store, free comics available. I'll be there as a guest artist from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. with original artwork, books, and prints available to purchase at discount. And they will have a live rock show by local band King Saul and the Heretics from 12:30 to 1 or 12:30 to 1:30. And you can get one of 5 $100 gift certificates for the store during the band's performance. So hopefully we'll see you this coming Saturday at Scratch and Spin. Okay. First thing we're going to talk about is questions. I've had a little bit of a kerfluffle with things. North Free, who bought some stuff from me on the holiday sale earlier past weekend, asked, "Hey, I just sent you the payment through PayPal, and I may have sent it to the wrong person. Help!" Okay. The reality is he didn't send it to the wrong person. I forgot to tell him that my PayPal account is set up a certain way. So for future reference, just in case people know, when you send me a payment through PayPal, it should go to DBA, doing business as Ranky Bright-Raven. There's a legal reason for that. I'm not going to get into all the details about it, but that is the proper account. So if you have a question, go ahead and contact me via Facebook or email and to confirm. But yes, that was the correct address, and I just forgot to tell him because it's been a while since anyone had actually ordered anything through the PayPal. So that's what the situation is with there. So his money is safely accounted for, and his wares that he's purchased so far are set aside for him. But just in case anybody else has any concerns, I wanted to address that first and foremost. Okay, our next question. What's the deal with the T-shirts? You said you'd had them ready to order by the holiday. Okay. I'm going to reveal the T-shirt design later in the show. I just got it yesterday. I'm in the process tomorrow. I will be contacting the T-shirt manufacturer, get price quotes, other things, information, see what we can do about turnaround time, see if we can possibly get it turned around in time so you guys can order and get it to you for Christmas. Probably not, because I'm sure they probably got a workload already, and I don't know how much of an order I need to make or have enough people to buy or what. So, but we will look into it, okay? It's my fault that it's late. I lost the original artwork that I was working on until late last week. As soon as I got it drawn, I got it to my colorist. He turned it over wonderfully. We'll talk about that when I show you the new art. But the T-shirt, at the very latest, will be available early 2023. Okay? Again, my bad for not getting it done sooner. Multiple parties are also asking, when are you going to have more art for sale? Was the November 20th show the whole shebang, basically? No, there's more shows coming. Tentatively, we're going to have a show on December 3rd and December 10th as well for holiday sale. It's all different artwork in each show. So if you saw something in the November 20th show, even if you just want to pre-order it and set it aside and order more for each show, please check the stuff that's in the November 20th show on the podcast. Those prices are good through the 25th, 26th, 25th, I believe, Friday. Good through Friday. So make sure you check those out and get your orders in. The reason it's tentative and not official right now is because I'm going to probably do another store appearance in December. And there's a city festival parade going on around that same time. And we're trying to make sure that we're not conflicting schedule, because where the store is located, the parade will basically cut off anybody from getting to the store. So, it would be kind of a difficult thing to have a show appearance when nobody can get to the store. So, almost certainly for December 3rd, that's like a 90% certainty. And then the 10th or the 17th is up in the air right now. But we'll do that. Okay, that's a tentative schedule for that. So if you have questions, comments about any of that, address you see on the screen, Quoth the Raven, lbr72@gmail.com. Hit me up on that. And I'll do my best to answer your questions. Okay. We've got some unboxing to do, so let's go ahead and do that. We've got a lot of stuff in the last couple days. This morning at 7 a.m., I got an email from Underthing Press saying that my package had been delivered. And I'm like, what? How could it be delivered that early? So I go down the stairs and I go to the front door, and there it is sitting on my front porch. Sure enough. So I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. And so what I got from Underthing Press is the 10th anniversary complete edition omnibus of Digger on Earth by Ursula Vernon, with a foreword by Patrick Rothfuss. Quite the huge monster book here. I'm not going to get around to reading and reviewing this right away. This is actually something I planned for holiday purchase. But this was a Hugo Award-winning series. As you can see, there's the symbol for the Hugo Award. And it is I'll show you all the awards it won. The 2013 Mythiopic Awards, Fantasy War for Adult Literature. Best Graphic Story for 2012 for Hugo Awards. Best Webcomic Award for 2009. So quite a bit of cool stuff there. So, there we go with that. I'll give you a quick opening on some of the artwork here. So I'm looking forward to reading this bad boy when I get a chance. I also got, I don't know if these are bookmarks or magnets, but they came with the book. I guess they're bookmarks, but got two of those with that. So that's what I got there this morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. At a much more reasonable time today, about 2:30. Bad Bug Books Midnight Highway #3 arrived. So I haven't had a chance to let you guys know I got that. So I will definitely update my channels, let you know I got that. But let's take a quick look at that inside. I guess you're fighting vampires in this one. So that ought to be interesting to see when I get that read. And we got Torch the Skies, #2 from A.J. Roheck and friends. I got 2 different covers here. I'll show you both of them. But let's start with the main cover first. And you see high gloss sheen cover. Red Verrill's the artist with Daniela Barrison colors. So we will do that. Here's the other cover. That is metallic. As you can see, it's signed by AJ. So I got that. I also got 2 blank covers, which are, just basically the logo in red with a blank cover. He's concerned that the drawing, they didn't have the right cardstock cover because of the hurricane or whatever affect the paper stock or whatever. So they printed it on a different cover stock, and he's worried that it's not going to work. I haven't had a chance to draw on it yet, AJ, but I'll let you know. I'm not concerned. I looked at the paper stock. I've drawn on that kind of stock before. It'll work. I'm not really worried about it. Okay. Now, that's what I got in crowdfunding this week. Quite a bit of cool stuff there. I will review Torch and Midnight Highway in early December. Digger will have to come after Christmas. Like I said, that's more of a Christmas present to myself. Someone just asked me if I've got any more new artwork to show. Yeah, last night did some quick sketch covers. I don't know if these will be available. These are not available through the online sale yet, but we have a Judge Death rather, Judge Dredd 13. Let you see more of that a little more close up. As you see, it's $35. And then we have a Ms. Marvel piece on Avengers #7. And what it reads is anti-Arab, anti-mutant, anti-Jew, anti-women, anti-LGBTQ. It doesn't matter. Bullies can just talk to the fist. So is that kind of a storyline there going on? Fencing behind her. Different objects of box behind the fencing, and that's not a trash can, it's something else, but anyway, that hasn't been priced yet, but probably 20, we'll see. But that's what I did on artwork last night. So quite a bit of stuff going on there. We'll still have a lot of stuff to do. Not going to have any more shows this week, just so you guys know, as far as reviews and stuff. I might do a live draw or two, but with the holiday, keeping busy. So let's close out the show with reviews, shall we? First book is Giant Size Two-Fisted Manly Tales hardcover, $50, from publisher Compass Comics. Writers include Chuck Dix and Mike Baron, Smith and Tim Marzone, Kevin Graveau, and Graham Nolan. The artists are Michael Golden, Butch Geis, David Brohock Williams, Andrew Paquette, Larry Stroman, Roberto Castro, Dan Lawless, Kelsey Shannon, and more. There's 10 stories total in this book. It's a genre Man of Action Anthology, basically, is what I call it. I can't remember if this was released in August or September of 2022. I'm pretty sure it was then. I've had it for a while. I just hadn't gotten around to reading it. And even, unfortunately, I didn't even get this thing completely finished this weekend. But anyway, this is an anthology collection of 10 Men of Action tales of varying styles and genre. Some of them are based on real-life events. Others are dark horror, fantasy, science fiction. And it runs a pretty wide gamut of genre as a result. And I'm looking, where did I put the book? I thought I just had it. Huh. I wonder what I did with it. Okay. I thought it was right nearby. Just a second. Okay. Sorry about that. But God, I just put it back where I had it instead of keeping it here by the table. All right. That was cute. There we go. Down by my feet, of course. Okay. Sorry, my fan blew my little bag away. Like I said, unfortunately, due to time constraints with ongoing with the holiday sale and other things going on, I didn't have time to read through all 10 stories. I've read through 8 of 10. So while I haven't finished it yet, and I may have to come back with an update, I have looked at all of the book. Overall, it's a solid anthology product. There isn't a technically weak story in the bunch, and thematically, the tone is consistent all the way through. They're all, pretty much, what you expect, as advertised. Manly man tales with male heroes being violent to solve issues, sometimes necessary and very well done, and other times it just seems a little bit, I won't say hokey, but a little grating for me. But it's not wrong. It's just, it is what it is. And, they advertise and they give you what they advertise. So I have no reason to complain about it. And there are stories I do prefer over others. And again, like I said, some stories that maybe don't sit as well with me in tone, but that's, again, I knew what I was buying up front. So there's no reason for me to criticize any of the stories or any of the creators. My favorite story in the book is probably the Chuck Dixon, Larry Stroman piece called Scab or Scabs. Let me find it real quick. Oh, come on. I should have bookmarked it. There it is. Scab. A little science fiction story by Chuck Dixon and Larry Stroman with colors by Kelsey Shannon. There's the first page. The binding on this is pretty tight and makes it a little bit hard to open the book. If there was a criticism, that might be my only criticism for it. But without breaking the spine, there's a little science fiction storyline that reminds me of Chuck and Larry's Alien Legion stuff, which I liked. So I enjoyed this, the best one of all the stories. Now, is this worth the $50 price tag? Well, if I was picking this up out of a store, I probably would have passed on it. But this is a crowdfunded book. And when you do crowdfunding and you've got about 2 dozen creators involved, they all got to get paid something out of this book. So, yeah, $50 is reasonable for it. I don't have a problem with the price. The production value is good. Good hard cover, very thick borders for the covers, good binding. Like I said, it's well produced book. Back cover, Compass Comics logo. So the binding on this is a little tight. So I don't know, but yeah, overall enjoyable book. So I'll give it a 4 out of 5. But I do recommend it for mature readers. There is cussing, there's a little bit of extreme violence, and like one of the first stories is about a soldier who defends passengers on a train from a bunch of robbers, and I mean it's a pretty gruesome fight scenes. Some badass stuff going on in this thing, but that's what I mean. Two-fisted manly tales, and certainly worth the time. Our next book is Heavy Metal 319 for $14.99. Heavy Metal Media LLC with various writers and artists. First cover seen here is by Pascal Blanche, and the second cover is by Chao Kakao. Released November 16, 2022. This each issue features 6 stories. Vassar and Crunch, Into the Valley of Ash by David Irwin, Andrea Milano, and I think I misspelled that. I think it's supposed to be S-A-I-D. Sade Timofonte. 2 medieval mercenaries passing through a mysterious valley face a demon. Perfectly reasonable work. Nothing wrong with that series. SPU Dolores Part 3 is split into 2 parts in the front and the back of the book. It's written and drawn by Didier and Lise Tarquin. Script adapted from the French by Ivanka Hannenberger with Jamie lettering. It's just named Jamie. It's a bit long as they split the story into 2 parts in the issue, and it gets a little bit not confusing, but I had to go back and reread the first part because I was reading it from cover to cover, and I kind of forgot where I was after I read all the other stuff in between. But so that threw me a little bit off, but I was probably just a little bit too tired, and my brain wasn't fully engaged, I guess. There's the B cover by Chao Kakao. It kind of looks like a spider, sort of like a weird Spider-Man type character or Venom type character against a giant squids. But it's a cool looking cover. Darkwing, the final chapter by Matthew Medney, German Ponce as art, Andre Dahlhaus for colors, and Saida Temo Fate for lettering. Truthfully, I think I burned out on this story about a chapter or 2 back. Ultimately, the travelers have found a new place to call home, but most prefer surfing the spaceways looking for other places. So the couple that we've been following as the lead characters basically split and break up because the pilot wants to pilot and go on his way, and the counselor wants to counsel the people who want to stay at the new planet that they're at. Okay, whatever. It felt like not an afterthought, but like an epilogue to the main story, to me, in a lot of ways. Nothing wrong with it, but it's not how I would have ended the story in terms of it being a single issue. Now, of course, when this thing gets collected into a trade, which it ultimately will, it'll work just fine. So it's not necessarily anything wrong with what the creators did with the story. It's just, thinking of it as a chapter, it's missing something a little bit, I think. But on the whole, if you've been following it through the series, or when you later collect the story in trade, it'll make sense. Something Seems Off, Part 4 by Chris Anderson was well done. Some really nice visuals. It seems like it got some more page space in the issue than the last issue as well, so that helped. The Axe, Chapter 5 by Joe Troman and Brian Prosen. As writers, Scott Koblish, although he's not mentioned in the front credits page. That's a problem with Heavy Metal. They're always making mistakes on their contents page. I don't know why. Anyway, Diego Ficero colors and Lucas Gatonian letters, same as it ever was. I'm pretty much bored with it. Brian Posehn just doesn't hold my interest as a writer, unfortunately. I don't know. It's just there. It doesn't suck, but it's just. There was a few more stories in there as well, and I apologize to the creators and to you, the audience, for not being able to talk about all of it. But my computer lost the file, and I don't have time to rewrite all the rest of the review. I apologize. If I'm being honest, while all the features in the story are well done, there is no one story that really wowed me in this issue. It's just all pretty average content for a heavy metal magazine. If you like what I've said about SPU Dolores in the past, it's still more of the same. The criticisms I've given the Axe, it's still the same. It's just, kind of going through the motions on this particular issue. Recommended for ages 16 and up with a rating of 3 out of 5. And that's pretty much our reviews for tonight. Now, for the reveal. Like I said, we have the T-shirt design that's going to be available as soon as possible for purchase. And this is what it's going to look like. This will be the T-shirt, and we may have images in on the screens. We might not. I may leave them blank. I have to talk to my T-shirt guy about that. There will be the main triangle logo that you see in the top right corner. Probably below on the bottom, it'll have the logo in the top, in the middle, in that area, and then Quoth the Raven across the bottom is probably where we're going to have it. We might have it up top. I don't know. I'm going to talk with the T-shirt guy and see what the best layout for a T-shirt on this would be. But this will be on a black T-shirt. And pricing will probably be between $20 and $30 a shirt. We'll wait and see. I have to talk to the T-shirt representative on that. And so there you go, folks. That's our review and show for tonight. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it as always. If you have questions, comments, try to reach me on the address that you see below. If you liked this episode or you think others might, do me a favor, hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons to continue to get content from my channel. As always, I thank you for watching and for your support. Social media. Facebook is the best place to find me, Lewis.Bright-Raven. I'm also on Twitter at LewisBrightRave2 for the time being. I might close the account, might not. Really, all I ever do on there is type what I have in having an episode on the show, so it's not that big of a deal to me whether it's there or not. More of my artwork can be seen at deviantart.com/BrightRaven. You've been watching Quoth the Raven, Lewis Bright-Raven exclusively on YouTube. Please check out the channel for previous episodes. There's always comics reviews. Sometimes there's creator interviews. We have movie reviews on Friday nights. All kinds of cool stuff to watch. Again, if you have questions, comments, suggestions for future topics of discussion, Quoth the Raven LBR72@gmail.com is the place to reach out to me. And if I don't get back to you within a day or two off of that account, try lewisbrightraven@yahoo.com. Now, as I said, there probably won't be any more regular QTR this week. With the holiday season being what it is, I'm kind of like swamped for the rest of the week. Part of it is me getting ready for the show on the 26th. And like stuff like I have to go get an oil change tomorrow. And I have to go do some other errands tomorrow. So I'm not going to necessarily be around to do a show. So we'll see. But if I have time to throw in a couple live draws this week amidst all the holiday season, I will. But if not, I hope you all understand. In the meantime, I want you all to have a safe and festive holiday season with your friends and families. And we'll get back to you guys next week if I don't get back to you sooner. In the meantime, have a good night, and we'll see you next time.